Lesson 81. This is, it says arithmetic with units of measure. Basically, you're learning how to do mixed measures, yet also it's just a bunch of measures like feet, inches, miles per gallon. We're just doing a bunch of stuff like that. So you'll see what I mean. So the first one that they want us to do is they tell us to add, and they say add 2 feet plus 12 inches. Now, what's wrong here?
Ooh.
Yes?
Like you can't add inches and feet because
They're different measures, okay? So, what options do I have here, Nick?
Well, I thought you could add like 2 feet and 12 inches.
Yeah, but there's a better way to do it,
Make the 12 inches into a foot.
okay? Anybody see that as well? Okay, there's another way to do it. What else could we have done?
2 feet into inches. 20.
Change these 2 feet into inches, okay? How many inches are in a foot?
12.
12. Okay, but I think the easiest or the one that is the right thing to do would to be to make this 12 inches into, what is 12 inches? 1 foot. So now what would the answer be? 3 feet, okay? Pretty simple, although you got to make sure you change your measure. Yes?
The answer would be a yard.
Ding, ding, ding. So 3 feet would be our final answer, but that is good, Jaden, to realize that. Good job. Okay, if we converted it to inches, help me figure out what that would be. That's what our answer is in feet. So what would it be is inches?
36.
36. So what would this change to?
24.
24. 12 inches plus 12 inches, because there's 2 of them, would change to 24 inches. And 24 inches plus 12 inches is 36 inches. So you could have put that as either answer, okay? I don't know if they asked you to do either one.
Could you do a yard?
They did not say.
12 inches.
Right. So they did them both. So whichever one, if they don't ask for both, just do one of them. I don't care. Okay? So everybody got it?
Could you put 1 yard also?
I mean, I guess you could.
Would it count?
It probably wouldn't. No. Okay. Got a lot of talking going on. Girls in the back. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is when I am, let's say I added 6 feet and then I did 4 feet. Okay? When I'm adding measures, what happens? I just add 6 plus 4, right? And I would get 10 feet. But if I am multiplying 6 feet times 4 feet, what happens, Isaac? You would get what?
You get 30.
20,
36.
24, very good. But what happens with my feet? Yes? Very good, very good. So basically what this will look like is 6 feet times 4 feet. I'm going to write it out vertically. Okay, so I would get 24, and then my feet actually multiply as well. So feet times feet is feet squared. It's kind of what we've already been talking about area, because when you're doing area, you're doing 2 measures. This times this, okay? This is 2 measures as well, so my answer will always have feet squared. Guess what? If I multiplied by another foot, guess what would happen? It would be cubed. Feet cubed, because how many measures did I multiply? 3. Does everybody understand? So multiplying, you actually multiply the measures of units as well. Okay? Whereas when you're adding them, you don't. You don't multiply.
Well, if you were to multiply feet cubed times feet, you get
Feet to the 4th. Very good. Okay? But I don't know of an object that is, yeah. Well, the only I don't know of a 4D object. So you would never get that, okay? Because right now we do cubed because they're 3D objects. Something that has length, width, and height. Okay? 3D. 3 dimensions. Okay, so let's do another thing that they're going to ask you to do, okay? And this one, I don't know if you'll get freaked out about this or not. Okay? This one says 25 miles squared divided by 5 miles. Whoops, MI. Okay, the best way I know to show you how to do this is this way. I'm going to go 25, and I'm going to put miles times miles. Anybody know why I did it like that at the top? Brooke, anybody know why I did that at the top? Does everybody see my miles squared? Okay, so remember how we did feet squared? That's because we multiplied 2 feet, 2 of the feet measurements. So miles times miles equals miles squared, right? Okay, that's important for us to break it up like that, because when I divide by the bottom 5 miles, guess what happens? Jaden, you're not going to know what to do. I'm having a lot of talking and I do not like it. I'm not just talking to you, Jaden. These girls back here have been doing it as well. Yes?
Would it be 5 miles cubed?
Well, we're dividing. So think about that. If we are multiplying, yes.
Would it be 5 miles?
It would. So watch what happens. My miles and my mile crosses out because I'm dividing. It's kind of like the whole thing when I do 150 divided by 10, I can cross out my zeros because we're dividing, okay? It's kind of the same thought process. I divided the miles times miles divided by 1 mile, and it took that out, okay? Now let's divide the number. 25 divided by 5 is 5, okay? And then what do I have left? 1 of the miles, right? Everybody understand how I got that answer? It is a little confusing, I understand that, but if you think of it in this way, I think it'll help. Okay? You're going to learn to start doing this in later lessons. Yes?
What if you only had like 25 miles divided by 5 miles? Would you be able to cross out the miles?
Yes.
But then it would just be 5.
It would just be a number, so they won't ever do that.
Okay.
So basically, okay, is everybody good on that one? Okay, let's try another one. Now this one, I want you to pay attention to the wording in it. It says, divide 300 miles per 10 gallons. Now, these are 2 different measures, but this is actually a rate. Meaning, if you look at it, girls, meaning if you look at this, it's miles per gallon. Have you ever heard that? How many miles per gallon can I go? This is an actual problem, okay? So nothing's going to cross out because you hear miles per gallon. Everybody understand that? It's kind of like how many seconds are in a minute? How many miles per gallon can I get in a car? Okay? So, what can I do here? Can I cross out any measurements? No. What can I do, though? I can divide. Okay, there's an easier way. I can just cross out my zeros, okay, but when I'm crossing out my zeros, I'm actually dividing by 10, okay? So if I divide by 10, 300 divided by 10 would give me 30, and 10 divided by 10 would give me 1. So how many miles per gallon do I get in this car? 30, okay? So if I went 300 miles, then I would need 10 gallons of gas, is basically what this is telling me. But I want to know how many miles I can go on 1 gallon. So you're basically reducing it to its smallest measures. Everybody understand this? This is really just a reducing problem. Got it? Okay, so everybody feel pretty confident?
30 over 1?
30 over 1? So this would be 30 miles per 1 gallon. And you wouldn't just put 30. No, well, you can put 30 miles per gallon. It's still going to be the same answer, but this is kind of more of a, I guess, elementary way, because you're telling me exactly 30 miles per 1 gallon, which is okay to leave. Because we still have the gallon on the bottom. You just can't get rid of that. That's why you don't just get rid of the 1. Everybody understand? All right, that's that lesson, guys. I don't know what else to tell you.